Or they try to.
Welcome to this segment of the Pittsburgh Business Virgin. My name's Brad Hilbert, president of Three Rivers Wealth Management Group. I'm here with the one and only Jimmy Wells, personal financial consultant with Three Rivers Wealth Management Group, and we are very happy and pleased and honored to have in the studio for today Kirk Vogel. And you are the main man around, let me make sure I get this right, Shady Grove, Walnut Grill, the Walnut Grove 2 times, and then, of course, the Freeport Pizza. Did I nail them all?
Yeah, you hit all 5 of them. That was very solid.
And you are involved in all these restaurants and all these locations, both you and numerous partners.
Correct.
And so kind of the way I wanted to get going, because the restaurant business, unique business, difficult business. You know, my dad once owned a hotel and restaurant, and he told me,
Stay away.
It's difficult. But if they pop, they're a great business. That's for sure. They're a great business. So I just kind of want to set the stage by talking about sort of your background. How'd you get into the restaurant business, and how'd you find yourself with 5 different locations?
Well, I'll try to wrap it all up.
Because you're a young guy.
Very short thing.
You're a young guy.
I am a young guy, which is kind of nice. I have a lot to look forward to. So, but it's I started young, and hopefully I'll stay young for a while. But I think the restaurant business in general keeps you young. You're dealing with a bunch of different dynamics and a bunch of different generations of people. So, it keeps it easy to stay young in the business. But as far as how we got things started, you mentioned me being the main man for 5 different restaurants. It's not 100% the case. I have I operate 3 of those 5 on a regular day-to-day basis, and I have 2 of my original business partners that operate the Shady Side restaurants, and their names are Greg Caligieri and Matt Turbiner. And my 4th business partner, Mark Horvitz, operates one of our locations over in Fox Chapel. So we're all still very active from an ownership group managing the restaurants on the operations side. The reason why I think we all still stick together in the operations is because that's how we started out. At the Pittsburgh Deli Company is where I met them all, and we were all very active in the operations at that point in time as well.
How do you, so if you're managing 3 different locations, I'm just kind of concentrate on you, Kirk.
Sure.
How do you handle that? Because you're only one man. You can't be 3 places at one time. That's got to be definitely a challenge for you.
It is. But you look for the best people you can to put in positions to manage the restaurants day to day, all the real hours, from when we open up and have somebody in there at 8 in the morning until as late as 2 a.m. sometimes. We do have general managers for each position or each restaurant. We have assistant general managers for each restaurant. We have executive chefs for each restaurant.
So you rely, what I'm hearing you say is good staff.
We rely heavily on having good people running the stores on a day-to-day basis. It allows me to be able to move back and forth between the restaurants, and pass on the information to the GMs and have them then pass it on to the staffs and reiterate over and over again, because that's, at the end of the day, training consistency, man. I can't think of 2 other things that can assist in a restaurant being successful. There's training and consistency.
Yeah, that's a good point, since I have been to many of these locations that Kirk works for. They are consistent. You cannot go between.
Kirk hasn't had to throw you out of any of his locations, has he?
No,
not yet.
No.
All right, I just want to make sure.
No.
I just want to make
if
sure.
I did, I probably wouldn't tell you. Not on camera.
But his part of the success, I would say, is that particularly the Fox Chapel and the Wexford locations of the Walnut Grove, very consistent with what you're going to get from service to the food, the quality of food, the layout and everything, which I think has been part of the success that they've been able to put together.
Well, when you look at guy's name slipping my memory right now, guy who started McDonald's, Ray something or other. I can't think of it. Anyway,
Wendy's Dave Thomas. I can help you with that
let's
one.
do that.
That's
right.
it.
So when we think about, and I hate to compare Walnut, I don't want to compare fast food to your locations because they're anything but fast food. But I think the key there is, I always remember saying, hey, if I get a cheeseburger at Anchorage, Alaska, it's got to taste and be the same exact thing that I'm getting in Miami, Florida. And so that consistency, especially on a higher end place, sort of that a little bit higher end more clientele, you want that consistency. You want to know that if they go to your place in Shadyside, when they go up to the North Hill, it's like, oh yeah, I go to the one in Shadyside all the time. This is a good, it's a great restaurant, good food, or what have you.
Yeah.
So how do you? So the training, the consistent training is delivered through your general managers. Do you guys do on-site meetings? How do you do that?
Well, we have one corporate trainer that handles the staff training for everybody that goes through the program. It's a 5-day program, so they just kind of get a solid underlying of what we do, from our culture through our execution. And after that's done, then yes, the onus goes upon the general managers to continue to reinforce that. When things are changed, we obviously roll them out in a fashion where we're able to go through the steps and pass on all the information prior to giving it to the guests.
Systems. You have systems.
And that's systems and controls help out as well.
Awesome.
That's one thing we learned over 9 years. We didn't have nearly as many systems controls 9 years ago.
As you do today.
Yeah. And it makes
sounds like the
night and
E-Myth.
day.
You ever read that book, E-Myth?
I have not, no.
It's an excellent book, and that's what it really talks about, is how successful businesses have systems.
Yeah.
Unsuccessful businesses wing it.
Yeah, and I think you can, if you want to, if your goal is to operate 1 or 2 units, which can be a great 30 years of existence, you have a good time doing that. You can probably wing it most of the time because you have enough people that you are in your core that you can operate with. But our goal is to grow, into a little regional chain and then move outside of the state and get up to 12 to 15 units. And there's absolutely no way we're getting to that level without having the systems.
All right, hold that thought.
Sure.
We're going to be back with Kirk Vogel of the Walnut Grove. And they always are looking to host events and parties and what have you. They have private rooms and projectors if you're looking to do a business meeting. And the best place to contact them and get the information is www.walnutgroverestaurant.com. Correct?
That's correct. Yep.
All right. Come on back for our next segment with Kirk.